La Yasha'Allah. Rise and face the east. The Lord's Prayer, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shankar, Yahweh, Malakaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, I.S.U.P.K, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Ba'Shemayim, Nafananawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawaknawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawaknawa, Wala'ah, Tabaya'inawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahapapara, I will love him, Amen. Our Father, which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debt.
And forgive us our debt.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us
from evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. And the prayer for the Hakah, the power, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'Hashem Yahawashi.
Ba'Hashem Yahawashi.
Babakushah.
Babakushah.
Nafananawa.
Nafananawa.
Hakah.
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 Larapa'ah.
Larapa'ah.
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Wakal Madawa.
Kal Madawa.
Hakah.
Hakah.
Latahah.
Latahah.
Hamatazarayim.
Hamatazarayim.
Hakah.
Hakah.
Lahakoyim.
Lahafiyim.
Hamafiyim.
Hamafiyim.
Hakah.
Hakah.
Arakawa.
Arukawa.
Hatama Allah.
Tama Allah.
Nagarashan.
Garishan.
Ba'Hashem Yahawashi.
Ba'Hashem Yahawashi.
The water Aman.
Wada Aman. And in the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahawashi.
In the name of Yahawashi.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahawashi.
In the name of Yahawashi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. And the blessings, Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahawashi.
Wa Yahawashi.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Mataz of Ya'ah.
Mataz of Ya'ah.
Allah Wap Yahanna.
Allah Wap Yahanna.
Ha Allah Wapyim.
Ha Allah Wapyim.
Ha Saranyim.
Ha Saranyim.
Ha Kwatazayanyim.
Ha Kwatazayanyim.
Ha Kalyayim.
Ha Kalyayim.
Wa Akwafyim.
Wa Akwafyim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'Hashem Yahawashi.
Wa Hashem Yahawashi.
The water Aman.
Wada Aman. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahawashi.
And Yahawashi.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angel.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General Yahanna.
The general.
The general.
The captain.
The captain.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahawashi.
In the name of Yahawashi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalm 121. Asha'a Ayanya.
Asha'a Ayanya.
Al-Hahayim.
Al-Hahayim.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isaiah.
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 Ma'ayim.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Al-Yatan.
Al-Yatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shemaka.
Shemaka.
Hanala'ah.
Hanala'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamah.
Shawamah.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemaka.
Shemaka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tzedakah.
Zalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyamka.
Yamyamka.
Yawamah.
Yawamah.
Hashamash.
Hashemah.
La'ayakayaka.
Ayikayika.
Wayarak.
Wayirah.
Balayala.
Walayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamaka.
Yashemah.
Makal Rai.
Kalrai.
Yashama.
Yashemah.
Afna Pashka.
Afna Pashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashama.
Yashemah.
Taza Afka.
Taza Afka.
وبابا
وبابا
مأيكا
مأيكا
I will love.
I will love.
Amen.
Amen. And in English, I will lift up mine eyes
I will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills,
unto the hills,
from whence cometh my help.
from whence cometh my help.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer
He will not suffer
thy foot to be moved.
thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even to evermore.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalm 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Al Damayalaka.
Aldama Yalaka,
Alpha Karash.
Alpha Karat,
Wa Alpha Shakwat.
Alpha Shakwat,
Al
Al
Kayahana.
Ayahana,
Al Wabiyaka.
Awabika,
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al Imaka.
Al Ayamaka,
Ya I Wayamwa.
Ya'ai, Bayamwa,
Sawada.
Sawada,
Wayatha Yawa Aitazawa.
Wa'atha Yawa Aitazawa,
Al Tazapawanika.
Altazar Pawandika,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanyakakidam.
Wanakakidam,
Magaya.
Magaya,
Wala Yazaka.
Wala Yazaka,
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yashu'ala,
Iwada.
Iwada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa.
Nawa Aitazawa,
Laba.
Laba,
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka.
Alika,
Baya.
Waya,
Yakawafwa.
Yakarafwa,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Adawam.
Adawam,
Wa Yashma Alayim.
Wa Yashma Aliyah,
Mawa Abba.
Wawa Abba,
Wahagayim.
Wahagayim,
Gabal.
Gabor,
Wa I'm a one.
I'm a one,
Wa I'm a luck.
I'm a lot,
Halishah.
Alishah,
I'm a Shabia.
I'm a Shabia,
Tazawa.
Azawa,
Gum Ashawa.
Gum Ashawa,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Imam.
Iman,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Zarawai.
Zabrawai,
Nabanalawat.
Abanyalawa,
Salah.
Salah,
Aishalaham.
and Shalom,
Kamadian.
Kamadian,
Kasaya Sarah.
Asaya Sarah,
Kayabian.
Kayabian,
Banakal.
Wanakal,
Koyashwan.
Koyashwan,
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa,
Bayandara.
Bayandara,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Daman.
Daman,
Na Adama.
Adama,
Shayatamwa.
Sayatamba,
Nada Yabmawa.
Nadar Yabmawa,
Kaira.
Ka'ira,
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak,
Wakazazalmanai.
Wakazalmanai,
Kaula Sayakamwa.
Kala Sayakamba,
Asha.
Asha,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Nayarasha.
Nayarisha,
Lanawa.
Lanawa,
Ah. Na'awa.
Na'awa,
Alahayam.
Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa.
Sayatamba,
Kagalgala.
Kagalgala,
Kakwash.
Kwat,
Lapanyaraka.
Panjabaka,
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash,
Taba Ayara.
Wa'aya Ra,
Wa Kalaba.
Kalahaba,
Wa Kalahabaka. Talahat.
Kalaha,
Hayam.
Hayam,
Khan.
Khan,
Tawadakma.
Saradama,
Basa Iraka.
Basa Iraka,
Wabasawa Pafka.
Wabasabu Paka,
Sabalaham.
Sabalaham,
Mala'at.
Mala'a,
Panyaham.
Panjaba,
Kwalawan.
Palawan,
Wayabakwashwa.
Mayabukwashwa,
Shamka.
Shemka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Yabashwa.
Bashwa,
Wayaba'awa.
Wayaba'alwa,
Aidi Ai.
Aidi,
Wayakupawa.
Wayapawa,
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa,
Wayada Aiwa.
Wayadaiwa,
Kayata.
Kayapa,
Shamka.
Shemka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Labadka.
Badka,
Al Yawan.
Al-Yawan,
Alkaha Aratiza.
Al-Harakza,
Aman.
Aman. And in the English, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still,
And be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against
and consulted against
thy hidden one.
thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may it be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarim,
and the Hagarim,
Gabor
Gabor
and Ammon
and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asher also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah.
Salah,
Do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Horeb,
Make their nobles like Oreb
and like Zayev.
and like Zayeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah,
all their princes as Zabah
and as Zalmunna,
and as Zalmunna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of the Most High in possession.
the houses of the Most High in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
as the fire burneth for wood,
and as the flame
and as the flames
setteth the mountains on fire.
setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name,
that they may seek thy
O
name.
Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
of the Most High,
are the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it.
Curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses
Send evils and curses
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against us,
that speak against us,
thy prophets,
thy
the
prophets,
teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the schools.
and the schools.
Send evils and curses
Send evils and curses
and punishments and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose
and shake loose
the treasure
the treasure
of the rich of Israel
of the rich of Israel
that refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches
Force their riches
to enter into thy sanctuary.
to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses
Send evils and curses
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the Edomites
to the Edomites
and the nation
and the nation
and their drug dealers,
and their drug
the
dealers,
court system,
the court
the
system,
prison system,
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinhead,
Skinhead,
Pasikomatazi,
Pasi Komatazi,
the gay movement,
the gay
the
movement,
lesbian movement,
the lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
NASA space program,
army,
army,
navy,
navy,
air force,
Air Force,
marine,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
open up the internet
and the airwaves,
and the
the
airwaves,
cable access channels
the cable access channels
and the radio channels,
and the radio channel.
convict the spirit
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people
of any of thy people
that seek to stop us
that seek to stop us
and bring swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way
that stand in the way
and try to stop us
or try to stop us
from broadcasting your word
from broadcasting your words
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
Let loose all the plagues,
cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro
through the earth and consume them.
through the earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake
Let the plague shake
the house of the thief
the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let Yahweh shine
Let Yahweh Shai,
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and Gabriel,
come down with the flying saucers
come down with the flying saucers
and punish all the heathen
and punish all the heathens
that come up against us,
that come up against us
as we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by all
that it is the angels that have done it.
that it is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause it to be spread
through the media
throughout
the whole world.
world.
Cause them to shake
Cause them to shake
at thy coming.
at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
thank you always.
thank you always.
So be it.
So be it. We'll start in a second from the quarters are up. Genesis, isn't it?
Yes, Genesis 20.
One minute.
Genesis 21 and 20. No, sorry, Genesis 22 and 20.
Okay. Cool. Quasar, Bamba Yamin, Banya Shala, Yahweh Hashem Yashai Barakatah. Sound man, come on, man. Wayahaya, Akaraya, Ha Debayim, Ha Allah, Wayagad, La Abraham, La Amar, Sana, Yalada, Malaka, Gum, Hawa'a, Banyam, Lana, Kawa, Akayad, Af, Iwataza, Bakarawa, Wa'af, Bawaza, Akayan, Wa'af, Kwamawa, Abaya, Aram, Wa'af, Kashad, Wa'atha, Waza, Kazawa, Wa'af, Paladash, Wa'af, Yadalak, Wa'af, Bastar, Wa'af, Waba, Thawa'al, Yalad, Af, Rabakwa, Shamana, Allah, Yalada, Malaka, Yana, Kawa, Akaya, Abraham, Wapa, Yala, Gashawa, Wagama, Ra'awama, Watha, Lada, Gum, Hawa'a, Atha, Tabak, Wa'atha, Gakam, Wa'af, Takash, Wa'atha, Ma'aika, Salakia, Wayaha, Yawa, Kayaya, Shara, Ma'a, Shana, Wa'ai, Sharaya, Lakia, Wa'ai, Sharayam, Wana, Shama, Shana, Washaba'ai, Shadayam, Shanya, Kayaya, Shara. Okay, Watha, Maf, Shara, Bakwa Yaraf, Arabai, Hayawa, Kabarayan, Ba'arataza, Kana'ain, Wa Yaba, Abraham, Lasapad, Lashara, Wala Bakaf, Ha, Wayakwam, Abraham, Abraham, Ma'ail, Panya, Mathawa, Waya Deba, Al, Banya, Katha, La'ama. Genesis 21 and 24. Like 22, 24.
Genesis, book of Genesis, chapter 22 and verse 24. And his concubine, whose name was Reumah, she bare also Tabah and Gaham and Thashash and Makar. And Sarah was 170 and 20 years old.
So we're talking about I got Mike here. Talking about Abraham, man. At this time, Abraham's old in age, and his wife was also old in age. How old is she again? 100 years old, man. Damn. And the Bible goes at that age, she still look good. Keep it in.
These were the years of the life of Sarah, and Sarah died in Kirjath Arba. The same is Hebron in the land of Canaan.
So these were the years of Sarah, meaning she lived to that long. And she died in the land of Canaan. At that time, it wasn't the land of Israel just yet. We didn't take it over yet. In fact, Israel didn't exist yet. Israel was still in Abraham, man. He wasn't born yet. And she died in the land which was at that time called Canaan. That's what our great grandma passed, man. And some nowadays in the land of Israel, there's heathens over there, man. Heathens living in there when this land got loads of history, which belongs to us, man.
Right.
Our great grandparents are buried there, man. Great kings, great black kings, and great black priests are dead there, man. That's our land, man. Keep it in.
And Abraham came to mourn for Sarah.
And Abraham mourned for his wife. Mourn means to cry for your wife, which is normal. You got a wife, you loved her, she passed, she's dead. It's normal for you to cry for her, man. You know what I mean? Man, ain't that cold. Abraham cold, but he ain't that cold. So luck, yeah. Keep it in.
And to weep for her. And Abraham stood up from before his dead and spake unto the sons, saying, I am a stranger and a sojourner with you. Give me a possession of a burying.
There you go. Abraham is not from that land. Abraham don't have no land. So what did Abraham have to do? Had to go to the people of the land to get what's it called today? To get a permit, man.
Right.
Like today, when your parents die, what you got to do? Beg the government for a patch of land, man. You can't bury here where you want to bury here, man. You got to beg them for a patch of land. Abraham went to the people that owned the land at that time and said, I beg you, man, give me some patch of land so I can bury my wife. Give me a place so I can bury her. Just like today, what do you need? A TV license. From who? The people that own the land. What do you need? A burying permit from the people that own the land. What do you need? A driving license. And Abraham said, listen, my wife did. I beg you, man. I need a patch of land to bury my wife. Keep it in.
Place with you, that I may bury my dead out of my sight. And the children of Heth answered Abraham, saying unto him, Hear us, my Lord, thou art a mighty prince among us, in the choice of our sepulchres. Bury thy dead.
And the people respected him. And that's how you should be in England, man. That's how you should be in England. Carry like Captain Prash did a class about it, man. Carry yourself respectfully, man.
Right.
These are with heathens and they say, you know what, sir, according to the Lord, so you know what, sir, you're a respected man amongst us, man. And that's what you should be as well. Even though you know that you're above every other nation say, you know what, sir, you're respected, man. You don't steal from nobody, man. You don't rape nobody. You don't go and harm nobody. You know what, sir, that's fine, man. How much time these brothers that everyone says racist and radical, go to the shop, man. And the shopkeeper like, it's cool, man. I know you, man. You're like, cool, man. You don't do nothing, bro. How much time the police come out to camp and they see us? And we're supposed to be the racist radicals. But, oh, you guys. Oh, I know these guys, man. These don't start no trouble, man. They've been on Brixton High Street for 5 years. They don't start no fights. And I can vouch for them, man. That's how you should be respectful.
Right.
Even amongst heathens, man. It's like, carry on.
None of us shall withhold from thee the sepulchre.
I say, listen, I can't, listen, go bury your wife. I'm not going to withhold this. A sepulchre is a grave. I'm not going to hold a grave from you, man. You're, amongst our people, you got a good, what's the word there? Reputation, man. Go do your thing.
But thou mayest bury thy dead. And Abraham stood up and bowed himself to the people of the land.
And you show respect, man. Show some respect, man. He says, for water. Not to buy yourself, it's like, thanks to that, man. Nice, meek, and humble, man. That's how you got to be, man. You know what I mean? Anyone that?
Even to the children of Heth.
Even, what, that 22 and, the 22 and, wait. So that was 23, 24, yeah?
Started 22, 24.
And I,
23.
how you get 7? 24. No, sir, carry on. No, sir, carry on. I mean, yeah. Next.
Yeah. So we got Genesis 23 and 7.
Cool.
Genesis 23 and 7. Wayaquam Abaraham Wayashaf Kawa La'ai Ha'arataza Labanya Kaf Wayadabar Atham La'amar Yash Af Napashkam Lakwabar Af Mathaya Malapanya Shemai Wanaya Wapag I Wa Laya Ba'ai Pa Wayan Ban Tazaka verse 9 Wayathan Laya Af Ma'aira Hama Kap La'a Ashar Lawa Ashar Bakwataza Shad Hawa Bakar Sapa Mala Waya Nana Laya Bathawa Kakam La'aka Za'af Kwabar. Verse 10. وأيبا ونا يشاب بثا وكا بانيا كاف ويا أنا أيبا روان Hakafya Af Abaraham Baazania Banya Af Lakal Baaya Sha'aya Aya Rawa La'ama La'a Adanya Shemai Naya Hashada Na Thafaya Laka Waha Ma'ai Ra'a Asha Bawa Laka Na Thafaya La'ai Yanaya Banya I Maya Na Mamaya Laka Kwaba Mathak. Verse 12. Waya Shaf Kawa Abaraham Lapanya I Ha'arataza. 13. Waya Dabar Al Ipa Wana Ba'azania Ain Ha'arataza La'ama Ak Am Atha'a Lawa Shemainaya Na Thafaya Kasap Ha Shada Kwam Mamanaya Wa'a Kwab Ra'a Af Mathaya Shema. 14. Wa'ai Ya Waya Iwa Ipa Wana Af Abaraham La'ama Lawa.
Book of Genesis, chapter 23 and verse 8. And he communed with them, saying, If it be your mind that I should bury my dead out of my sight, hear me and entreat for me to Ephron, the son of Zohor.
Yeah, so now again with the people of the land, him being a sojourner, he's saying, if it's fine if I remain here, so if I use this land to also bury my dead. Why? Because Abraham had men as servants with him. He wasn't alone. So we're saying, listen, like, if anyone under me dies, if I can use this land to bury my dead, if it pleases you, reader.
That he may give me the cave of Machpelah, which he hath, which is in the end of his field.
Yeah, so with this man in the field, he had a cave, and he's like, please, you know what I mean? If you would like, I would like to have that cave. So Abraham's bargaining with this man, saying that, in this cave, if you know what I mean, he can put his dead. So if he can put his dead there, reader.
For as much money as it is worth, he shall give it to me for a possession of a burying place amongst you.
Yeah, so he's saying, listen, as much as it is worth, meaning what you think the price should be, just let me know, man.
That's right.
That's called good business right there, man. You're asking him, well, I mean, how much do you want me to buy it up for? A lot of people go, I will pay this much. He's saying, listen, you name the price and I'll let you have it, man. From as long as I get that cave, listen, man, you know what I mean? You name the price and I'll let you have that, man.
Right.
That's called good business, and any wise man wouldn't refuse it.
That's right. And Ephron dwelt among the children of Heth, and Ephron the Hittite answered Abraham in the audience of the children of Heth, even of all that went in at the gate of his city, saying, Nay, my lord, hear me, the field give I thee, and the cave that is therein.
Yeah. So now, like in anything, you need witnesses. So this Hittite Ephron, he went before the Canaanites, and they made this agreement, and he shouted it here. I'll give this cave for you, man. So down the line, no one can't say this ain't his cave. Everyone of that village or that town, they're witnesses between this transaction that took place, man. So no one can't say, nah, I don't think this is his cave. Everyone there goes, nah, listen, we were there when they made this agreement, man. Reader.
I give it thee in the presence of the sons of my people. Give I it thee, bury thy dead. And Abraham bowed down himself before the people of the land.
Yeah. And also Abraham, he gave respect to the people of the land, man. So it's an agreement that has taken place, and the people witnessed it. With Ephron, he's given him this land and this cave. So now the deal is done.
So for me as well. And this show Abraham showing some good humility right here, man. You know what I mean? Abraham chosen, they ain't chosen.
Right.
And likewise, you know, Abraham ain't seen the postman. The movement, you devil. You know what I mean? Take your letters, man.
Right.
Say thank you, sir, man. Abraham ain't, you know, going to McDonald's. Give me a Big Mac, you devil. You know, he knows that listen, they're doing their job. Listen, all the other nations are beneath us, man, and the Lord will make that known.
That's right.
Don't you know what I mean? You just, you know, just carry yourself correctly, man.
That's right.
Make people look at you and say, yeah, you got different views, but yo, this is a brother that would never steal, man.
Right.
You don't call people names, and you know what I mean. He's not harming nobody. Would never steal from nobody. He's respectful. And likewise with Abraham, Abraham knew that one day that land would be his. He knows. You look at these people like, oh, you're like a dead man, man. If you only know, my kid's gonna kill your kids in the future, man. And still carry himself correctly, man.
That's right. And he spake unto Ephron in the audience of the people of the land, saying, But if thou wilt give it, I pray thee, hear me, I will give thee money for the field. Take it of me, and I will bury my dead there.
Yeah, so, you know, it's just making sure one last time, listen, this field is for my dead man. And, you know, he wants it, and he didn't rub it off him. He didn't lie and do some 419 to you know, get the land off him. Like really, this is mine, you know.
Right.
You know what I mean? He didn't forge their signatures. He done the right thing, man, which is you go to them, you make them an offer, and you know, if they don't, then just find somewhere else. Which, you know, as what the officer said, it's a good example for us, man. The Lord made Abraham know that his seed would get this land. Abraham knows what's gonna happen. He knows his descendants are gonna get rid of theirs. But is he robbing them? No. Is he doing some ill dealings with them? No, he's not, man.
Right.
Why? Because even though the Lord's going to get rid of them, you still have to do good, man.
That's right.
Regardless of what's going to happen to them, you are required to be righteous still, man. What's that?
And Ephron answered Abraham, saying unto him,
We were 17.
Yeah. No, how's that? 14.
21, yeah. Adanya, Shemainaya, Arataza, Arabai, Ma'af, Shakwal, Kasap, Bayanaya, Baba Yanad, Ma, Hawa'a, Wa'af, Mathak, Kwaba, Wayashamai, Abraham al Iparawan, Waya Shakwal, Abraham La'ai Paran, Atha Hakasap, Ashar Dabar, Ba'a Zanaya, Banya, Kata, Arabai, Ma'a Wutha, Shakwal, Kasap, Ibar, Lasakar, Wayakwam, Shadah, Rawan, Ashar, Bamakapala, Ashar, Lapanya, Mamara, Hashada, Waha, Ma'ira, Ashar, Bawa, Wakal, Ha'aitazar, Ashar, Bashada, Ashar, Bakal, Gabalawa, Sabayab, La'a Baraham, Lamakona, La'ai Yabaya, Banya, Kaf, Bakal, Ba'aya, Sha'aya, Ayarawa, Wa'a, Karaya, Khan, Kwabar, Abraham, Af, Ara, Ashathwa, Al, Ma'iraf, Shada, Hamapala, Al, Panya, Mamara'a, Hawa'a, Kabar, Rawan, Ba, Arataza, Kana'ain. Okay, then. No. Verse 20. Wayakwam, Hashada, Waha Ma'ira, Ashar, Bawa, La Abraham, La Kazaf, Kwabar, Ma'af, Banya, Katha. Verse 1. Wa Abraham, Zakwan, Ba'a, Baya Mayam, Waya, Hawa, Barad, Af, Abraham, Bakar. There you go.
This is Genesis chapter 23 and verse 15. My Lord, hearken unto me. The land is worth 400 shekels of silver.
And the man Abraham asked him, "Go name me price," and that's how what's it called? That's good. What's it called? Showmanship. Good business, man. You know what I mean? Everyone's trying to get the lowest price and bargain and everything. Sometimes in life, man, to keep a good, what's it called? Keep a good relationship. You give a man what he wants, fit, man. The man says it's worth such and such. You pay it, man.
That's right.
Keep it in.
What is the betwixt me and thee? Bury therefore thy dead. And Abraham hearkened unto Ephron, and Abraham weighed to Ephron the silver.
Abraham gave him the silver, man. The Bible said waves the silver. Black man got different ways of saying give my money. Man would say, Abraham ran him the money, man. Ran him the peas. But he waved him the silver. even back then they had that slang for giving him the money, he waved the silver like, here you go. Jamaica say, hold on to this for me. That means take this money, man. It is. I'll give you £100 to hold on to, man. Meaning take the money, man. The Bible said he waved him the silver, black people are something else, man. So lucky, man. Carry on.
Which he had named in the audience of the sons of Heth.
And he named it in the audience. Like, look, guys, this was before receipts, man. Nowadays you go August and you bring something back. You don't like it. There's proof that you bought it, man. So man can say, oh yeah, true. Here's your refund. And that's what you call a receipt, man. This is before the receipts, man. Before there's anything called receipts. Back then, you needed an audience, man. You needed what witnesses to say, yeah, Abraham did buy that. Didn't steal it. He bought it for such and such. He didn't lie to him. Did it for everyone. So everyone can see that, listen, it was a good deal, man. He purchased it. He waved him that money, man. Keep it in.
In the audience of the sons of Heth, 400 shekels of silver.
400 shekels of silver, man. You know what I mean? In your own time, you can translate that and convert it and see how much that would be today, man. God knows. I guess it's a lot of money, car. It's a patch of land.
Right.
But he gave him that money, man. He ran that piece over, man. He came with a duffel bag and said, yo, here, hold this, man. Keep it in.
Current money with the merchant, and the field of Ephron, which was in Machpelah, which was before Mamre.
So these are all locations that you can find in the Bible, all around that region, Mamre, and wherever the case may be. So that's a geography class. But carry on.
The field and the cave which was therein.
And he bought the field and the cave. So remember, he bought the cave to bury the people in, and the field that's around the cave. So he don't just own the cave. He owns the cave and the field. You have to walk in the field to get to the cave. He owns both. You feel me? Like, he don't just own the grave spot. He owns the graveyard as well. He owns both. Keep it in.
All the trees that were in the field.
Like in 2021, you own the patch of land. You pay for that patch of land to bury your granny, but you don't own the graveyard.
Right.
Abraham owns the cave and the field. So he owns the place where it's buried, and he owns the graveyard. That's correct. The graveyard too. So when you pay for the patch of land, you're paying for the patch of land, and that's it. He owns the graveyard, man. Right. The whole thing. And that graveyard's for him and his family only, man.
That's right. He
wants it for him and his family. Imagine that. Imagine you go to a graveyard, you bust the gates, and there's everyone that is buried in his family. You go to a graveyard, you see all these tombstones of people that never met before, man. Right. Side by side. Imagine you bust a grave, and all of that is ancestors, man. Great granny. Prussia would tell you, man. Prussia went back home, man. So went in the back garden. So the ancestors is laid out, man. Imagine that 10 times bigger, man. If you're from the islands, you know how we bury our dead in our back garden, man. Right. Abraham did something like that. He wanted land just for his ancestors, man.
That's right.
Keep it in.
That were in all the borders round about were made sure unto Abraham for a possession in the presence of the children of Heth.
An order in the presence of the children. Imagine that. In England, imagine in England, you got your own possession. Abraham had his own possession in the land of the children of Heth. So imagine, that's like Chinatown today. In the land of England, Chinese man got their own possession in England. Abraham had that. Had a land where he could bury his own in another man's land. That's how respected he was, man. Keep it in.
Before all that went in at the gate of his city. And after this, Abraham buried Sarah, his wife, in the cave of the field of Machpelah before Mamre.
And Abraham bought that field and actually put it to use. Actually buried his wife there, man. As soon as he got the receipt and everything was cleared and it was a good deal, he put his wife there like he intended to do in the first place.
Right.
Keep it in.
The same is Hebron in the land of Canaan.
Okay, so at the time, the narrator who's writing the story, which is Moses, he's speaking from what now? From his perspective. So he's saying today it's called this, but back then it was called what? Hebron. He's saying the same place he buried his wife is called what? Read that.
The land of Canaan.
So okay, so it's like me saying to you, all right, for instance, Birmingham didn't exist 100 years ago. It was called Warwickshire. It's like me saying, I did camp in Warwickshire, the same which is called Birmingham today. That makes sense? Or it's like saying, give me something that changed.
Like the Boarding and the Palisades was there.
It's like saying one day I was shopping in the Palisades, the same which is called Boring today. That's what Moses is doing. Does that make sense? You feel me? Right. Carry on.
And the field and the cave that is therein were made sure unto Abraham for a possession of a burying place.
And the field that he bought was made sure, man. I mean, no one didn't rob him. No one didn't try to hustle him. It was made sure that, listen, thanks to that, Abraham. The peas was right. We counted it, man. We went through the peas. The peas came through, man. Here you go. This is yours. This is surely yours, man. Keep it in.
By the sons of Heth.
By the sons of Heth. Them same heathens. He did a deal with. Man. I like what the Bible says. You can't mix with these heathens. So the Bible says, these heathens, don't think that you can't do deals with these heathens. But the Lord didn't like us serving their gods, taking their women, learning their culture. Of course, you can do deals with them. Read the Bible when King Solomon made a temple. He got some wood from somewhere else, man. He gave him a price. There was wood in another country that wasn't in the land of Israel. And he even gave him a price. He liked the price. And he did deals with him, man. There's things in other countries that we don't have in our country. Frankincense and myrrh don't come from Jerusalem. How do you think we got it, man? We ain't thieves. We did deals with other countries, man. What else? Certain horses and whatnot. Certain things, certain wool you need. They say silk comes from China. How do you think we got that silk, man? We did deals with Moab, man.
That's right.
As long as they was well behaved.
Right.
If they're not well behaved, then listen, we getting that silk for free. So luck, yeah.
That's right.
I'm not saying how, but we're gonna get it for free, man.
Right.
They disrespect us, we're gonna run up in that country, man, take over. And when it's wartime, we don't pay for anything, man.
That's
After
right.
war, we take, man.
Right.
Any more than that?
And Abraham was old and well stricken in age.
At this point, Abraham's old, getting older. He outlived his wife, man. Something my granddad wanted to do, but just couldn't do, man. My granddad said, if my grandma, I'll make it my duty to outlive you, man. It's like he couldn't do it, man. So like, he looked at heart, couldn't do it, man. They hate each other. They're buried together. They're buried side by side. And my dad goes, I bet you they're still arguing in their graves. They hate each other, man. And it was his duty to outlive her. He couldn't do it, man. His heart was strong enough, man. He just didn't have it in him, man. So lucky, man. Bless his soul, man. So lucky, we done.
And the Lord had blessed Abraham in all things.
And there you go. Abraham was blessed in all things, man. Have you seen them people that's blessed everything they do? Can't do wrong, everything they do. And that's you, man, if you keep the commandments of God, man.
That's right.
That's black people, man. We're the children of Abraham. Everything we do is blessed, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? We at one time we was jazz players, man, making music and making good music and making millions in Motown. And the white man put drugs in our neighborhoods in the 80s, man. And then we couldn't no longer afford them instruments no more. Couldn't afford it no more. And the white man's like, yes, I got them, man. And the black man started beatboxing, making music with their mouth, man. That's someone that's blessed in all things, man.
Right.
Nothing you can do to stop them.
That's right.
Nothing you can do to stop them, man. Break dancing and doing all this stuff, man. You put them in the ghettos, the abandoned buildings and drugs, and these are dancing, having a good time and learning how to pop like it's like every year a new slang, a new style. Look how black from the 80s to now, black man's advanced from what? We're in there from pop locking to breakdancing to beatboxing to grime and jungle and all these things is progressive, man. For the 90s, what's changed for white people? What was the Indian man doing in the 90s they ain't doing today? Oh wait, nothing, man. We're just blessed by making new trends. We used to wear that. We don't wear it no more. We used to do this. Remember Funky House? We don't do it no more.
Right.
We used to pop like and put cardboard down and spin. Let's play that now. Now we do this, man.
Right.
TikTok. Black people, what the thing is, black people the other day boycotted TikTok because black people saying we did all the TikTok challenges and we're not getting recognized for it. All them challenges that are trendy that kids love, black people made them, man.
Right.
Bust down challenge, which no one should be doing in the school, man. It was a black challenge, man. The red light one, what the all Megan Thee Stallion tunes, isn't it? Yeah. All of it, the mannequin challenge, always we just keep moving, man. The things that black people doing last year that we ain't doing no more, man. Right. What was the white man doing last year that he ain't doing no more? The white man was wearing a suit last year. He wore a suit in the 80s. He wore a suit in the 70s. He's wearing a suit in 2021. I'm lying. Our hairstyle even changes, man. We're the blessed of the Lord, man. It's like get the horn to blow. Not too much.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malachka. Taba'ah. Ratzaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratza. Kawa. Hayah. Ba'ashemayim. Nathanawa. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalakinawa. Kabawakinawa. Hasalakinawa. Kabawakinawa. Wala'ah. Taba'ayanawa. Banasayawan. Abal. Awashaynawa. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Lakam.
Hamalakwa,
Hamalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Waha'ala,
Wahapapara,
Wahapapara,
Lawa
Wa'iwalamyam.
Aman.
Aman.
In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
on earth,
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread,
Give us our debt.
and forgive us our debt
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors,
And lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the
For
kingdom,
thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahweh Shai,
Babakasha,
Baba Kusha,
Nathaniel,
Nathaniel,
Akar,
Hakar,
Akar,
Hakar,
Larafa'a,
Larafa'a,
Kar Makala,
Kal Makala,
Kar Madala, Wa,
Makar Madawa,
Akar,
Hakar,
Ataha,
Lataha,
Ha Matazarayim,
Hamatazarayim,
Akar,
Hakar,
Lahakayim,
Lahakwayim,
Hamathayim,
Hamathayim,
Hakar,
Hakar,
Ra, Hawa,
Alakawa,
Hata Ma'ala,
Hata Ma'ala,
Lagar Rasham,
Lagar Hashem,
Basham,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahweh Shai,
Tawada,
Tawada.
Aman.
Amen.
In the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
please give us the power
please give us the power
to heal
to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the leper,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
Thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Barak,
Barak,
Atha Yahweh,
Atha Yahweh,
Wa,
Wa,
Waya Ha Washai,
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Wama Yakala,
Wa Mayaka'ala,
Wa La Hayam,
Wa Alahayim,
Mataz Abiyah,
Mata Zabiyah,
Alawa,
Alawak,
Yahanna,
Yahanna,
Halawapayam,
Ha Alawapyam,
Ha Saranyam,
Ha Saranyam,
Ha Kotazayanyam,
Ha Kwatayanyam,
Ha Kayayaya,
Ha Kayayayam,
Wa Hakawapayam,
Wa Akwapyam,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Tawada,
Tawada.
Amen.
Amen.
Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
commanding General Yahanna,
commanding General Yahanna,
the generals,
the generals,
the captains,
the captains,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters,
and the sisters,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Asha,
Asha, Asha'ah,
Asha, Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Harayam,
Al-Hahayim,
Mayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yabah,
Yabah,
Isaiah,
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 Mayan,
Mayan,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shemayam,
Shemayim,
Wa Harakaza,
Wa Arataza,
Yathan,
Al-Nathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Yagalka,
Gagalka,
Yanawayam,
Al-Yanawam,
Shamaka,
Shamaka,
Hana,
Hana,
La,
La'ah,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala,
Wa'ala,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Sharama,
Shawama,
Yasharala,
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamaka,
Shamaka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazaka,
Ayad,
Ayad,
Yamyanka,
Yamyanka,
Yawam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La Yakar,
La'ah, Yakayaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Balaya,
Balaya,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamaka,
Yashamaka,
Makalarai,
Makalrai,
Yashama,
Yashama,
Napashka,
Achnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashama,
Yashama,
Kazak,
Taza'afka,
Wabawaka,
Wabawa'ayaka,
Ma'aitha,
Ma'aita,
Wayad, Ibalea,
Wa'aid Iwalam. Amen.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up mine eyes
Unto the hills.
unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it.
Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Adamayaka.
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash,
Wahash. Tashakara.
wa Al-Tashakwat,
Al.
Al,
Kayahana.
Kayahana,
Awabika.
Awabika,
Yahamayawan.
Yahamayawan,
Rashash.
Ra'ash,
Al-Amaka.
Al-Imaka,
Ya Rayamwa.
Ya'irayamwa,
Sawada.
Sawada,
Wayatha.
Wayata,
Yaitaza Awa.
Yawa'ai Tazawa,
Al-Tazawanyaka.
Al-Tazar Pawanyika,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Yashala.
Yasha'ala,
Iwada. Iwada.
Iwada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nai. Tazawa.
Nawa'ai Tazawa,
Laba.
Laba,
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa,
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka,
Bayara.
Bayara,
Yaka. Arakwa.
Yakawakwa,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Adawam.
Adawam,
Wayashamai.
Wayashamai,
Alayam.
Alayam,
Mawaba.
Mawa'aba,
Wahagaram.
Wahagayam,
Gabal.
Gabal,
Waman.
Wa'aimawan,
Waimalak.
Wa'aimalak,
Palasha.
Palishak,
Ayashaba. Ya.
Aymishabya,
Tazawa.
Tazawa,
Gam Ashawa.
Gum Ashawa,
Na Alawa.
Nalawai,
Imam.
Imam,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Sarawai.
Zawawai,
Labanya Wa.
Labanya Lawat,
Salam.
Salah,
Aishalayam.
Aishalaham,
Kamadian.
Kamadian,
Kasaya Sarah.
Kasaya Surah,
Kaya Bayan.
Kayabian,
Wanakal.
Banakal,
Kwai Shawan.
Kwayashwan,
Nashawadma.
Nashawadma,
Bayan Dara.
Bayandura,
Wakazaba.
Wakazabak,
Wakazaba.
Wakazabak,
Wakahazo. Manai.
Wakataza Manai,
Kawa Nasayak. Kamwa.
Kana Sayakamwa,
Asha.
Asha,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Nayasha.
Nairasha,
Lanawa.
Lanawa, Ah,
Nayawa.
Na'awa,
Hayam.
Alahayam,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shaya. Kamwa.
Shayatamwa,
Kagal. Gala.
Kagabala,
Kakwash.
Hakwash,
Lapan.
Lapanya,
Ya. Raka.
Lapanya Raka,
Kasha.
Kasha,
Labaira.
Tabayaira,
Waka. La. Haba.
Wakalaba,
Dala.
Dalahat,
Haya. Yam.
Hayam,
Khan.
Khan,
Daradakma.
Daradakma,
Basara.
Basairaka,
Wabasa.
Wabasa,
Wapaka.
Wapaka,
Daba. Ala.
Tabalaham,
Mala.
Mala'a,
Panya. Aham.
Panyaham,
Kwalawan.
Kwalawan,
Waya Bash. Bakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa,
Shamka.
Shamka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa,
Wa. Yabahalwa.
Wayabahawa,
Aida.
Aida,
Waya. Kapawa.
Wayakapawa,
Waya. Abadwa.
Waya Abadwa,
Waya. Daiwa.
Waya the Iwa, Kayata, Shamkar, Yahweh, Labadka, All Your One, Alcohol, Arataza, Aman.
Aman. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace,
And be not still, O Yahweh.
and be not still, O Yahweh.
For
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make it to move,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against
and consulted against
thy hidden ones.
thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
But they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal and Ammon
Gabal and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
I shall also be joined with them.
I shall also be joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah.
Salah,
Do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became a dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Made their nobles like Oreb
and like Zayeb.
and like Zayeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabal,
all their princes as Zabah
and as Zalmanah,
and as Zalmunah,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of the Most High in possession.
the house of the Most High possession.
O my power,
All my power,
make them like a wheel,
made them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
and stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
as the fire burneth for wood,
and as the flame
and as the flame
setteth the mountains on fire.
set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Build their faces with shame,
Fill their face with shame,
that they may seek thy name,
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou, whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
of the Most High,
are the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now,
right now.
Send evils and curses,
The evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against
that
us.
speak against us,
Thy prophets,
thy prophets,
the teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the school,
and the school,
send evils and curses,
the evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose,
and shake loose
the treasure,
treasure
of the rich of Israel,
of the rich of Israel
that refuse to give to the school,
that refuse to give to the school,
force their riches,
force their riches
to enter into thy sanctuary,
to enter into thy sanctuary,
send evils and curses,
the evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction,
and punishment and destruction
to the Edomites,
to the Edomites
and the nation,
and the nation
and their drug dealers,
and their drug dealers,
court system,
the court system,
the prison system,
the prison
the
system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
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 militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
Skinheads,
Posse Comitazi,
the gay movement,
gay movement,
the lesbian
the
movement,
lesbian movement, spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
that's a space program,
army,
Navy,
Air
Air
Force,
Force,
Marine,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet,
open up the internet
and the airwaves,
and the airways,
cable access channels,
cable access channels,
spirit
convict the spirit
of any of thy people
of any of thy people
that seek to stop us
that seek to stop us
and bring swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way
that stand in the way
or try to stop us
or try to stop us
from broadcasting your word
from broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth and consume them.
through the earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake
Let the plague shake
the house of the thief
the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let Yahweh shine.
Let Yahweh shine.
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers
come down with the flying saucers
and punish all the heathen
and punish all the heathen
that come up against us
that come up against us
as we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by all
that it is the angels that have done it.
that it is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause it to be spread
through the media
throughout
the whole world.
the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashem.
Bashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lenawa.
Barakadawa.
Wa Yasharala.
Wayasha'ala.
Wahabaya.
Wahabaya.
Safariya.
Safariya.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magan.
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 Hagan.
The Gordon family.
The Gordon family.
The Bennett family.
The Benny family.
The George family.
The George family.
The
The Server family.
And the Parkinson
And the
family.
Parkinson family.
The children of Israel.
The children of Israel.
Bashem.
Bashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Wada.
The water.
Amen.
What we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect loved ones in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it.